I'm going to move to this slide just so you guys have their contact information as well if you want to jot it down afterwards. But I'll go to the first question we have. Do colleges generally help you in the process of getting a US work visa after graduation? Are there any things you can do to improve your chances of getting one? So now, who wants to take the question, or if both of you want to share a bit?
Yeah, I am familiar with this one a bit more, but Katie, feel free to add anything at the end. So generally, this might be too much information, but I can definitely help navigate this later on. But most international students who come to the US to study for 4 years, you're going to be usually like an F1 student, which means that after you graduate, you'll have the opportunity to do optional practical training, or called OPT. And there also is something for J1 students called academic training, but that one's not as common, but definitely, you can work with your school to, navigate and figure out what student visa you'll be on. But I'll just kind of talk more generally about that common F1 student visa. So institutions, they're gonna help you make sure you get, to that graduation point if you can. And then most universities should be there to assist you with getting OPT. They'll help you with like the application process and making sure that, your application is good to be sent off to the government, and then the government is the one to approve it. So if they approve that, that usually allows for 1 year of work or up to 3 years, like we mentioned, if you're in the STEM field. Now, unfortunately, most institutions aren't going to really assist with other types of work visas like H-1B, things like that. That will be worked with maybe the company or place that you get a job. But definitely, at least for the OPT portion of it, most schools have like an international services office that will help you with these types of questions. And then some things that institutions can do. I mean, overall with the OPT, it's usually, as long as you fill it out good and are eligible for it, usually it's always, I don't want to say guaranteed, but it's usually mostly approved. But just some things to help, make sure that you at least get a job while you're on OPT. Is, talk to your career service center at your institution. They'll help you and really try to get those internships or working on campus to be able to lead you to opportunities after you graduate. And then that company or place that you're at might be willing to assist you with getting a job. So if that makes sense, we'll help you with some things, but institutions can't help with like the whole variety of work visas. But definitely once you get here, institutions are here to help. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think that the international student services, as Molly mentioned, is quite common on college campuses. Washington College, for example, we do international student services as soon as you're admitted, and you might need help getting that visa set up to just come. But in terms of after graduating, everything Molly said is true. Continue to work with your career center for opportunities, and then talking to this international student services advisors about your options.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. We have another question from Deanna. Can an international student also apply for that scholarship? Deanna, I'm assuming you're asking about some of the scholarships that were mentioned during the webinar. I believe all of the ones you guys mentioned are ones that our students can apply for. That is a great point, though. When you guys are looking on different admission websites of different universities, every school is different. The types of scholarships or financial aid, or even what they call those types of scholarship and aid, could be different. So it's important to really look for nitty-gritty details about who is eligible for types of scholarship and aid. Oftentimes, we encourage students to try and navigate to some sort of international student admission page first, if the university has that, or a section of the page that talks about international students, because that's the part you're going to want to look for. I don't know if you guys have any other tips around looking for aid or things to watch out for.
Yeah, great question. I'm assuming with Molly too, the scholarships we mentioned you are eligible for as an international student. Merit scholarships generally are safe to assume that you're eligible as an international student, but again, as Amelia stated, check in with the wording on the websites, and you can also clarify by reaching out to the admissions department as well. And so the 35,000 at Washington College, that's our highest merit award. Yes, you are eligible as an international student. And when you submit a complete application, meaning you have all of the necessary requirements, that's when we will consider you for admission and merit scholarships as well. Molly mentioned there's some other specific ones that are not automatic. You might need to apply for extra. We also have those as well, and you're eligible if you're from the U.S. or if you're from another country as well for international students. I mentioned we're free to apply to. If you apply early action, not early decision, be careful there. Early action is non-binding, so there's no commitment there. That deadline at Washington College is December 1st. If you apply early action, you have additional priority consideration for other scholarships beyond the merit scholarships. And you are eligible for those as an international student. So remember December 1st and contact me if you have details about applying early action for additional scholarship opportunities.
Yes, I'll agree with that. So yeah, I won't add too much more. I will say like our kind of there's certain scholarships that we'll consider throughout the year, but I know for us, like for you and I, the kind of deadline to really be considered for more scholarships is January 15th for our institution. So just make sure you keep that in mind. And then for those of you, since you're here, like what we can do at UNI is we can waive your application fees until if you get admitted and decide to come here, then we'll put it on your first university bill, but we're able to waive it. So you're welcome to apply to UNI for free. And then we'll work with you later on if you decide to come, but just so you know about our process as well. So but otherwise everything else was covered. So always feel free to email me and I can send you more information about our scholarships. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And please, I assume you're watching this on your computer or maybe on your phone. So take a screenshot right now of our contact information. And please reach out to us because we're really excited to connect with all of you and help you. We know that it can be confusing, especially if you're from another country. And so we're very eager to help you in any way that you need.
Great, thank you. I know we're approaching time right now, but I just wanted to encourage any students or families or teachers who might be on the call. If you have any last minute questions, throw them in the chat, throw them in the Q&A. We maybe have time to answer one or two more if you have any. So maybe we'll give it a minute just to see. While I'm waiting for anyone to put any last minute questions in, I just want to show you guys real quick the EdUSA website and kind of show you how to navigate that a little bit more. So we were talking about, if you go to educationusaspain.com, it'll bring you to this website, Estudios en Estados Unidos, and you go down to Estudios de Grado and then Titulaciones. Speaking about aid, if you open these, we have lots of different information under here. And then at the bottom, we have a whole document about different types of aid, merit versus need, and you'll find a lot more information. And kind of a shortcut for any of our guides is to just go to the bottom to the information and more recursos section, more resources. And then if you guys ever want to contact an Education USA advisor, so please contact Katie and Molly. That's why they are here talking to you. They would love to hear from you. Like Katie, I believe Katie said, it's the admissions officer's jobs to talk to you guys. That's what they're there for, to help answer questions. Of course, do research on your own first, look over the website first. But if there's something specific you have a question about, please feel free to contact the universities you're interested in. And if you ever want to contact an Education USA advisor and get more information or set up an appointment, like I said, you can do that through this formulario de contacto that we have on our website. And then you can check out and register for all of our events here as well. But I'll go back to this real quick so you can take one more screenshot. I don't think we have any more questions. So Katie and Molly, thank you so much. The quiet on questions today webinar. Thank you so much for participating though and sharing all of that great information. And like I said, we'll be posting this to our YouTube channel probably within about a week or so. So be on the lookout for that as too. Thank you so much.